Alrighty, welcome back. Holy, my bad head. Welcome back to another trade recap. Today I ended up taking a long on NQ. I'm up around $1,800 on the day. So I kind of want to run through what I was going through coming into market open. So let's run back to 7:30. And if we look at the higher time frame here, so we were in a 1 hour bullish for value gap that we had just tapped into. We had this unfilled 1 hour bearish for value gap, and then we also had this low resistance liquidity resting above us, right? So we have London high, and then buy side, and then this unfilled 4 hour. So overall, I was bearish overall in the higher time frame, but I wanted to see market kind of have a little bit of a retracement to then have our move lower. So coming into market open, I wanted to see higher is what I wanted to see. So if we scale down to the lower time frame, I wanted to see this generated low become our sweep of liquidity to then move higher towards these relative equal highs, towards London high, towards these unfilled fair value gaps above us. And at market open, we end up dumping, right? Taking this low exactly how I wanted to see, but I want to see more price action get put in, right? We end up dumping down lower, right? We end up really selling off, and then we end up putting in actually a bullish SMT. So if we go to the higher time frame here, NQ never takes this low. If we look at ES ends up taking this low. So now we have a bullish SMT with ES. So from this, I want to see a bullish reaction, right? We have a bullish SMT. I want to see the market not go any lower and move higher. So if we take a look, let me get back to where I was. All right. If we take a look of when this SMT was put into place, right, the change in the state would be all the way up here. And we'd have to run through all these fair value gaps. Now, we end up building more price action, right? Kind of taking this internal low. We had kind of like an internal change in state, but it wasn't so clear. We end up running this 1 minute fair value gap. And I ended up seeing a lot of people take long right here when we kind of get above this 1 minute fair value gap. You know what I mean? We get above this down close candle. The reason I did not take long here is because I wanted to see one more manipulation leg, have our internal manipulation to then move higher, right? So I saw a lot of people take this long. I think this was super low quality, not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see internal manipulation to then move higher. So what ends up happening, we end up coming up, right? Putting in a swing high, coming all the way back down, having our internal manipulation exactly how I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see this internal manipulation. We end up putting in this 1 minute bearish for value gap. I said to myself, okay, if we run through this 1 minute bearish for value gap and we get above this change in the state, I will enter long. What ends up happening? We end up getting above this 1 minute fair value gap and the change in the state. I enter long towards this swing high, which also aligns with this unfilled, where is my thing? Oh. This unfilled 15-minute bearish fair value gap, right? Oh. So this is what I wanted to see, like, and I want to keep in mind, like, I'm not targeting these relative equal highs up here, even though price could very well go up there. I'm not targeting London all the way up here. I'm just targeting what I'm confident in. Reason being is because market is so bearish, this SMT could just want to rebalance us to this 15-minute fair value gap and then sell off towards the external low, because overall we are very bearish on the higher time frame. So I just wanted to target this internal high, this swing high with this unfilled 15-minute above. What happens? We end up pumping up and taking that high. So I was fully out of my position here. I took this with half size, actually. I took this with 5 micros instead of 1 mini. I usually trade, sorry, my dogs are going apeshit. Anya Bailey. Okay. Well, I took this with half size. Anya. All right, anyway. I took this with half size. I took this with 5 micros instead of 1 mini. Across all my accounts, I am up 1,800. But this was the one trade that I took today. And then notice here, if we... Actually, hold on. Let me not delete that. I just want to keep that up for you guys. Notice here what happens when we tap this 15-minute for value gap. What happens? We end up selling right back off. So exactly what I assumed would happen is we take this swing high, or we put in relative equal highs technically, but I did get filled here. And we end up selling all the way off. So that was the trade that I took today. Again, I'm up around $1,800. And just another day where you just target your piece of the pie, right? Take that swing high and get off, right? Take your piece of the pie, get your money, and get off the charts, right? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. I hope you guys learned something. Holy shit. I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. I hope you guys learned something, and I will catch you guys in the next one.